Now we are going to start question number 3 of practice sheet 9.2, and the part is curved surface area of a cone. Curved surface area of a cone is 251.2 square centimeter and the radius of its base is 8 centimeter. Then find its slant height and perpendicular height. Pi is 3.14. Now try to understand this numerical in terms of logical value. Curved surface area of a cone is 251.2 square centimeter. Means if I am going to consider this diagram in terms of a cone, curved surface area of this cone is 251.2 square centimeter. Radius of a base is 8 centimeter. Means base radius. This base radius R is 8 centimeter. Then find its slant height and perpendicular height. Means find its slant height means L and perpendicular height means H. Now one by one, if you are able to find H, then we can get L, or if you are able to find the L, then we can get H. That is a part over here. Means they have provided R including curved surface area of a cone. Next, we are interested to find the vertical height as well as slant height. So we have a one part, that is curved surface area. So solving that part and putting the value of known content means R. So the part is here. So curved surface area of a cone. Curved surface area of cone. This value is over here, 251.2 square centimeter. According to mathematical term, in terms of a cone diagram, we know the formula for curved surface area of cone. So we know that curved surface area of a cone is equal to 251.2 square centimeter, which is given by them. Now formula for curved surface area of a cone. For curved surface area, formula is pi r into L, and they have given it this value as 251.2. Now we know curved surface area formula, that is pi into radius into slant height. We know the value of pi because they have given it as a 3.14. We know the radius, that is 8, and we have to calculate L, and that is only the part for calculation. So the part is pi means 3.14 into radius r is 8, that they have given over here as 8 centimeter into L is equal to 251.2. This will be the first step for our calculation. Now naturally, if you want to find the value of L, this 3.14 into 8 goes to that side as a divided by. So your part is L is equal to 251.2 divided by 3.14 into 8. Now the next part for simplification. Now here remember 251.2, here decimal, and after decimal there is only one number, that is a 2. After decimal there is only one number, that is a 2. And 3.14. After decimal there are two number. Now if you want to simplify, here decimal number at numerator is only 1, and after decimal there are two number at denominator. So you can make a slant modification. Decimal 2, write it 0. Why? Because after decimal, if you are increasing the 0, then value remains same. And that is the first fundamental trick. Remember student, this numerical is not only for formulation, but these numerical are also check or cross check your mathematical calculation. Naturally, this single step will be modified, shifting 2 decimal from numerator, shifting 2 decimal from denominator, and a part is. This evaluation become 25120, shifting 2 decimal and also shifting these 2 decimal, 314 into 8, means we have shifted 2 decimal from numerator and 2 decimal from denominator. Now the second part will be always for calculation. Now you have to divide this number over here, or by 8 you have to calculate over here. Now this is the main significant for the calculation, that how you are going to split this number over here. Now I am going to split entire number, that is 25,120 in front of you, so that you can have a part, and also 314. 8 is already in a smaller number, so please pay attention. Now student, we have a number 25,120 divided by 314 into 8. Now please observe this number very carefully, because in mathematical calculation we are using some trick, and from this value only I am going to give some tricky calculation. The biggest and the largest number is 25,120 and subconnected number is 314 and 8. Let us cross check how we can use in simplification of this term. So first, the greatest number is 25,120. So I am going to start its division. 25,120. Now I am going to divide it by 2. First, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, carry 1, 2 fives are 10, carry 1, 2 sixes are 12 and 0. Again dividing it by 2. So the part is, this number become 12,560. 2 sixes are 12, 2 twos are 4, carry 1, 2 eights are 16 and 0. Again dividing it by 2. 2 threes are 6, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8 and 0. Now we are reached up to this step, and here I am going to stop the numerical. Why? Please pay attention. 2 into 2 into 2, and the next number is 3,140. I can also write this number 3,114 by observing this part. At division there is a 314. At a division there is a 314. Means 3,114 can be written as 314 into 10, because it is a very simple mathematics. Means as per your calculation, this number is 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 4, into 2 8. Means I can simply write this number 25120, 25120 as 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8 into 3,140 means 314 into 10. So 314 into 10, and definitely both the number are important for me. Means 25,120 can be split into 8 into 314 into 10. Now I am using the same methodology over here, and the part is this value 25,120 can be written as 314 into 8 into 10. 314 into 8 into 10. Total divided by 314 into 8. Now with this step only you can understand. Here 314 get cancelled with 314 and 8 get cancelled with 8, and your value will remain 10 as it is. So value of L or slant height is 10. So value of L, that is slant height, is equal to 10, and as unit is in centimeter, so I am writing in centimeter. Now student, in this case shifting a decimal will be the first trick, and splitting of the greatest number as per the requirement of cancelling with the smaller number, that is a part of application, and that is done only and only by continuous practice. But you should observe not only the greatest number, you should understand the remaining two number also, so that you can able to understand the logic, and in this way we are able to calculate L. Now we are able to get L, that is a slant height 10 centimeter. We are able to get slant height L, that is a 10 centimeter. Putting that value into a diagram part, that is 10 centimeter. Now remember, we know the radius as a 8, we know the slant height L as a 10 centimeter. We have to calculate vertical height, and we know that by Pythagoras theorem, h square plus r square is equal to L square, or r square plus h square is equal to L square. With the help of this calculation, we are going to calculate vertical height. So second part, for vertical height, and that is nothing but h, and the part is r square plus h square is equal to L square. Now r, that is 8 square, plus h square, that we are supposed to calculate, is equal to L square, means 10 square. Here 8 square is 64 plus h square is equal to 100. Therefore h square is equal to 100. Shifting plus 64 to that side, it become minus 64, and this subtraction is 0 minus 4 6, 10 minus 6 plus 1 7, means 10 minus 7 is 3. H square is equal to 36. Naturally h is equal to 6 centimeter. And here we are able to get second answer, that is vertical height. First, slant height L is equal to 10 centimeter and second vertical height is equal to 6 centimeter. So here the part is slant height, that is equal to L, that is 10 centimeter, and second vertical height, that is equal to H, is equal to 6 centimeter. And in this way we can complete the entire numerical. Student, please observe carefully and understand the logic in terms of calculation trick over here. Now question number 4 and the part is, what will be the cost of making a closed cone? Means we have to manufacture a closed cone of tin sheet having a radius of a base of 6 meter, and the slant height 8 meter, if the rate of making is rupees 10 per square meter. Now what exactly data they have given? We have to manufacture a cone which is supposed to be made of tin sheet. Now in tin sheet we have to make it as a closed, means we need total surface area, and in that case for this part they have given a radius or base radius as 6 meter and slant height, that is 8 meter. Now this both the data is given to us. Now remember, we know that the base radius R is 6 meter, slant height L is 8 meter, and we need total surface area because we have to make closed tin sheet, because as per their part is closed cone of tin sheet. So total surface area is nothing but pi r into bracket r plus L, and they are also given that part making charges is 10 rupees per square meter. So we will get a total surface area in square meter. We are going to multiply it by rupees 10 per square meter and we will get the final cost of that product. Now coming to the part of simplification and solution. So as per data available over here, radius R is equal to 6 meter, slant height, that is L, and that is equal to 8 meter. Now therefore total surface area I am going to give it as part 1. Therefore total surface area for cone is equal to pi r into bracket r plus L. Now we are going to start simplification of that. They have not mentioned any particular value of pi, so we can take it as a 22 by 7 into r. R is mentioned over there, radius is 6, into r plus L means 6 plus 8. Now our main rule is to simplify this part and get the total surface area. So total surface area of a cone. Now simplification, 22 by 7 into 6 plus 8, 14. Now we have to simplify that part, and in that case some simplification that I am going to show it over here. Please pay attention. Here 7 ones are 7 and 7 twos are 14. Now again 22, 6 into 2 means it become 22 into 6 into 2 means 12. Now this simplification is most important, and the part is 22 into 2, that become 24, carry 2. 12 into 2, 24, that is over here, and again 12 into 2, 24, 25, 26, because remainder 2. So it become 264, and that is nothing but 264 square meter. Now once again please pay attention. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. This is 22 I have written as it is, and 6 into 2, that is a 12. Now we are having a part of product 22 into 12. So product is 12 into 2, 24, I have written only 4, carry 2, and 12 into 2, 24 plus carry 2, that is 25, 26. So it become 264 or 264 square meter. Now this is nothing but total surface area of a cone. But for manufacturing or making, its cost is given the rate of making is rupees 10 per square meter. Naturally, we have to make cost of making. Therefore, cost of making closed cone is equal to, this is our second part, so I am going to write it as a 2. Total surface area into rate of making. Now total surface area is 264 square meter into rate of making, they have given rupees 10 per square meter. So rupees 10 per square meter. Now I have written this so that you can easily understand a part. Square meter from here and square meter from here get cancelled in the form of unit calculation. And 264 into 10, that is rupees, means this answer become 2640 rupees. And this is nothing but cost of making this closed cone is 2640 rupees. And in this way you can do a simple calculation and understand all the content of that. Now starting question number 5, and the part is question number 5. Volume of a cone is 6280 cubic centimeter. Volume of a cone is 6280 cubic centimeter and the base radius of a cone is 20 centimeter. Student, in a book it is printed as a 30, make it correction. Base radius of a cone is 20 centimeter. Then find its perpendicular height, means we are supposed to find h, and pi is 3.14. Now I am going to write one by one data over here. As per their given valuation, first volume of a cone. So volume of a cone is 6280 cubic centimeter. Radius of a base means r, they have given us as a 20 centimeter. And we have to calculate vertical height h, which is a missing part for a cone. So we know that for formula, volume of a cone is equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h. So putting that part over here. Therefore, volume of cone, they have given is as 6280 cubic centimeter. We know the formula for that. Volume of a cone is equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h is equal to 6280. Now definitely from this step and onward, mathematical calculation will be the most important. So the part is putting this value 1 upon 3 into pi is 3.14, r square means 20 square, into h, that is unknown for us, is equal to 6280. Now our target is to calculate h, means we have to shift all this value at the basement of this part. But one by one, try to understand this step is most important. Not only simplification is lengthy or critical over here, but again shifting it over there is also important and tricky part. So please pay attention. H is equal to this 6280 into this 3 is divided by over here, this 3 is divided by over here, goes to that side as 3 multiply by, and 3.14 into 20 square, this come over here as a divided by, so 3.14 into 20 square, so 20 square means 20 into 20. Now one by one, simplification is most ideal part in this step, and a number of students are doing some lengthy work and they are getting some wrong answer. Remember, 3.14 means after decimal there are two numbers. After decimal there are two numbers, and here simplification will be the most important part. Now here 20 into 20 means 20 means 2 into 10 and 20 means 2 into 10. So this simplification is required over here. What I meant to say, please pay attention. Here first step, 6280, I am writing it as it is. 6280 into 3. And now 20 means 2 into 10 and 20 means 2 into 10 and this is 3.14 which is going to get multiply. Now what are the possibility? This 10 into 10, 100 and 100 into 3.14 that become 314 means this decimal of 2 hours automatically gets shifted. Once again 10 into 10, 20. Sorry, 10 into 10, 100 and 100 into 3.14 that become 314 and that is the logic behind that. So again this step will be look like 10 into 10, 100, 100 into 3.14 that become 314 into, this remain 2 into 2 as usual, into 3, this value is also as usual. Now the second and the greatest or the largest number is 6280. Again I am going to make it simple modification. 6280 means 628 into 10. So it become 628 into 10 into 3 is as usual. Now see what exactly happening over here. Here 314 is a number and exactly double. 3 2s are 6, 1 2 and 4 into 2 8. Means 314 1s are and 314 2s are 628 is exactly at upstairs. So cancelling this part 314 1s are 314 2s are. Now again this 2 is ready to get cancelled with this 2. So 2 get cancelled with 2. Next 10 into 3 30 divided by 2 and 30 divided by 2 means simply 15. Here you can also do the calculation 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are and 5 into 3 15. Both way your answer remains same. Remember this is the most important step when you are going to use during solution and you must able to understand that logic, that what are the number content and how you are going to cancel it. So your vertical height h that become 15. Therefore, h is equal to 15 and as all the units are in centimeter, so I am writing it as in centimeter, or logically you can write it as vertical height of a cone h is equal to 15 centimeter, and in this way with a systematical calculation you can solve it. Now moving to question number 6 and the part is curved surface area of a cone. Curved surface area of a cone is 188.4 square centimeter or 118.8 square centimeter and its slant height is 10 centimeter. Its slant height is 10 centimeter. Find its perpendicular height and pi is 3.14. Let us say for this cone they have given curved surface area of this cone. Here curved surface area for this cone they have given it as 188.4 square centimeter. Find its perpendicular height means we are supposed to find its perpendicular height. If its slant height means they have given slant height that is L and this L is 10 centimeter. This is a valuation given to us. Now we are going to put into formulation and do the needful calculation for. So coming to the part, here our answer is curved surface area. Curved surface area. They have given it as 188.4 square centimeter. Now we know that formula for curved surface area, that is pi RL is equal to 188.4 square centimeter. Now value of pi is given as a 3.14. So valuation 3.14 into R. Radius is also not given to us. So R into L. Value of L they have given it as a 10 is equal to 188.4. Now no doubt we are supposed to calculate the R. This 3.14 which is multiply and 10 which is multiply, shift to that side as a divide by. So this part become R is equal to, here 188.4, 3.88.4 divided by 3.14 into 10, 3.14 into 10, 3.14 into 10. Now, main problem will be arise only when decimal calculation come into the part. Now, next simplification, please pay attention. Here, first of all, I am going to multiply 10 with 3.14. So, it part become 188.4 and 10 into 3.14, it become 31.4. Now definitely numerator contain one decimal after one number, and here denominator also contain decimal and one number, shifting decimal from both sides. So again this mathematical calculation become more easy, and 1884 shifting one decimal from numerator and 31.4 shifting one decimal from denominator. So it becomes 314. Now the next part. Again, your mathematical calculation and the practice must be required over here. 1884. So 1884 is in multiple of 314 because 3 6 is 18 and 14 6 is 84. Means here 1884 can be written as 314 into 6 upon 314. Simply 314 from numerator and 31 from denominator get cancelled. So 314 from numerator and 314 from denominator cancelling, our value of r becomes 6. So our value of r or base radius is 6 unit is centimeter. This is our first part of a calculation. Student, once again please pay attention. Here decimal will create mathematical errors and some students are making silly mistakes over there. So in that case, first identify, try to remove the decimal from the calculative part and do the needful calculation at the end. That is the simplest method. Do not make any silly mistake. Properly focus in each and every step. And in this way, we have completed the first part, that is the radius. But still, we are supposed to calculate its perpendicular height. Means what? Please pay attention. Now, after getting the value of r, that is 6 centimeter, our second calculation is vertical height, that we are supposed to calculate perpendicular height. So in second calculation, the part is, now here we are able to get radius r as a 6. So radius r is now become 6. And our target is to calculate vertical height h because we know L in a calculation. So by formulation or by formula, for a cone, r square plus h square is equal to L square. Recently we have calculated r as a 6. So 6 square plus h square is equal to L square and slant height L is 10. So 10 square. Now simplification. 6 square is 36 plus h square is equal to 100. Now h square is equal to 100. Shifting 36 to that side, minus 36. Therefore, h square is equal to 0 minus 6 or 10 minus 6, 4. And 10 minus 3 plus 1, 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. So h square is equal to 64. That is nothing but 8 square. As h square is equal to 8 square, simply we can say that h or vertical height, that is 8 centimeter. And in this way, we are able to calculate our required answer. H means vertical height of a cone, and that is 8 centimeter. And in this way, we can solve entire numerical. So please understand each and every step and write it properly. Now moving to question number 7, and the part is, volume of a cone is 1232 cubic centimeter. Volume of a cone is 1232 cubic centimeter and its height is 24 centimeter. Its height is 24 centimeter. Find the curved surface area of a cone. Pi is 22 by 7. They have given volume of a cone is 1232 cubic centimeter and its height h. This height h is given by them as 24 centimeter. Then find the curved surface area of a cone. Pi is 22 by 7. Now one by one we are going to solve this numerical with the help of formula and application. Please try to understand. So here the first part is, first of all, given data, volume of a cone. So first step, volume of a cone. they have given 1232 cubic centimeter. Student, in some books, this value is 1212, rechange it, it's a 1232 and its height is 24. So they have given height as a 24 centimeter. Now, we know that volume of a cone formula is 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Therefore, volume of cone, as per this calculated value, they have given it as 1232 cubic centimeter. As per our formula, volume of a cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h is equal to 1232. Next part, simplification. 1 upon 3, value of pi, they have mentioned it as a 22 by 7 into r square, we don't know r value, so r square as usual, into h is 24 is equal to 1232. Means again, this entire numerical is correlated with the formulation of first r square, then we will get r, and the calculation is most important step over here. So one by one simplification. Now r square, I am going to write it over here, r square is equal to, here the first part is 1232 as usual into this 3 into 7 which is divided by over here goes to that side as a multiply. So as 3 into 7. Next, this value is 22 and 24. 22 and 24 is a numerator because 1 doesn't affect any calculation. 22 into 24. Shifting it over here, it goes as a divided by 22 into 24. And in this way, first, once again, 1232, this value is as usual. Towards this side, 3 and 7 is divided by, shifted over here as a multiply by, so 3 into 7. And this 22 into 24 is a multiply at numerator, shifted to that side as a divided by. The next and the main part is simplification of this evaluation. Means this is a 22, we can write it as 11 into 2. This is a 24, we can write it as 8 into 3. 3 and 7 is already in simple form. Main part is simplification of 1232. And now the main part for simplification is, now r square is 1232 into 3 into 7 divided by 22 into 24. All numbers are somehow small, just 1232 is somehow larger or greater in terms of quantity. Splitting it, so 1232, as last digit is 2, so I am dividing it by 2. 2 6 are 12, 2 1s are 2 and again 2 6 are 12. Dividing it again by 2, 2 3s are 6, 1 cannot get divided, so 0 and 2 8s are 16. Now in this step, a number of students are making mistake. Once again, 2 3s are 6, 1 cannot get divided by 2. So we are taking 16, but we are supposed to write 0 and then 2 8s are 16. Again dividing it by 2, 2 1s are 2, carry 1 10, 2 5s are 10 and again 2 4s are 8. Dividing it by 2, 2 7s are 14, carry 1, 2 7s are 14. Now 77, so divided by 7, 7 11s are and 11 1s are. Means this number 1232 is split into the part 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 7 into 11. Now identify one by one and the logic must be very clear for you, because now we have to dissolve this step and the part is, here it contained one number, that is 22. Means if you are going to write 11 into 2, you will get directly a number of 22. Next, here 2 into 2 into 2 means that become 8 and this 7 is also over there. Means 1232 can be written as 8 into 7 and 11 into 2, 22. Now I selected this number because 22 is a part of a numerical and 8 and 7, these are also part of a numerical because 24 can be written as 8 into 3. Now please pay attention, split out of this part. So one by one. First of all, this 3 into 7 is as usual. So 3 into 7 is as usual. Now 22, I am going to write it as usual because we have got division of that part. And 24, I am going to write it as 3 into 8. Once again please pay attention. 3 into 7 I have written as it is. 22 also I have written as it is. And 28 I have written 3 into 8. Next, 1, 2, 3, 2. We have done its splitting, that is 8 into 7 into 22. Or you can also write 22 into 8 into 7. So 22 into 8 into 7. Now please pay attention which numbers are going to get directly cancelled. This 22 is going to get cancelled with 22. Next this 8 is going to get cancelled with this 8. And this 3 is going to get cancelled with this 3. So your value remains 7 into 7. R square is equal to 7 into 7 means R square is 7 into 7 means 7 square. As R square is equal to 7 square, simply radius R is 7 and definitely as per given data its unit is centimeter. And in this way, first of all, we are able to calculate radius or base radius of a cone, that is 7 centimeter. Now, radius is 7 centimeter, but our part is find the curved surface area of a cone. And curved surface area of a cone means pi r L. Now we are able to get R, but still L, slant height, is not with us. What is mean that part? I am going to show in terms of a diagram. Pay attention. Now here we are able to get the value of R, that is 7. Here we are able to get the value of R is equal to 7. So naturally here your value of R is 7. Next H that we are supposed to find, and its height is 24. They have given over here it is as a 24. This height is 24. But for curved surface area we need L, that is a slant height. So our second target is to calculate L and the part is. So here second by formula R square plus H square is equal to L square. So slant height L, here L square is equal to R square plus H square. Now we have recently calculated the value of R as a 7 centimeter. So it become 7 square plus H is 24. So 24 square. Now 7 square is 49 and 24 square is 576. If I am going to do their addition, 6 plus 9 means 15, carry 1. 7 plus 1 8 plus 4 12, carry 1, and 5 plus 1 6. So our value of L square is equal to 625. 625 means 25 square. And now with the help of L square is equal to 25 square, we can say L or slant height is 25 and its unit is centimeter. So this is your second part. First we are calculated R as a 7, then slant height L as 25 centimeter. Still our main part is curved surface area of a cone. So after completing first and second, we are moving to the third part, curved surface area of a cone. So third part is curved surface area. That is equal to pi r L. Now here value of pi they have mentioned 22 by 7. So I am using the same value 22 by 7. R base radius we have calculated, that is 7. So 7 into L slant height we have just calculated, that is at 25. Now simply 7 from numerator and 7 from denominator get cancelled and this value become 22 into 25. Now its simplification is 25 into 2 50, carry 5. 25 into 2 50 plus 5 55, and that is nothing but curved surface area of a cone. As it is an area, definitely its unit is centimeter square. And finally we can write the answer. Therefore curved surface area of cone is equal to 550 square centimeter. And in this way we can complete our exactly final answer. Now student, please pay attention. Here calculation number 1, calculation number 2, calculation number 3, please mention it properly. Definitely you are going to do or write one below other. But again, understanding a normal diagram and completing a task is the most important. Do not make any silly mistake in formulation as well as in calculation and complete the task.